Here, we'll pop a little early because yeah, you've been awake since 4. That's I woke up at 4:50 something, and hopped into queue. Also, good morning. Hi, see it. Yeah, you were mod here. Yeah. Yeah, I woke up at 4:50, hopped into queue, went back to bed just to see if I could get in because I did have work today, but on my back not allowing me to do much per what it was before. So we're hooked up with a heating pad and stuff, and we're in a good lumbar support chair, so we're good for now. So yeah, no work, and instead Endwalker. So yeah, I got up at 4:50, hopped into queue, got kicked out, went back to bed, came back this morning at like 7:50, had gotten kicked out because it was like a queue of like 2,300 people or whatever. I was like, oh, that'll take some time. And then yeah, when I woke up, I'd gotten kicked out, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to sit through queue again. And luckily there were only 22 people when I went to sit in queue again, so yeah. So we in here now. We're much better than Dell. Yeah, poor Dell. He said he's been through multiple queues. Has his queue gotten reset like multiple times? Oh, he's in now. He's in now, it looks like. Dope. All right, he's in. Yeah, when your lobby error. Oh no, yeah, his aired out. Dang, that's unfortunate. That's, yeah, he mentioned when I saw him this morning, I said, oh, you can beat the queue boss, and he was like, yeah, we've been through like a 9,000 person queue, so that's unfortunate. I'm glad he's in now though. He gets to play. So we're gonna go over to, we're gonna play some video games. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna unlock Sage because we need to empty out our entire quest log and all that jazz. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're already kicked up here. This Charlatan Maiden's taking the scenery with fascination. So yeah, if you just want to turn me on in the background because I don't want to spoil anything for you, because we are gonna do MSQ after. I'm gonna do some like healing and stuff. I need to turn on my mouse thing. I am gonna do some healing and stuff to get my my challenge log stuff out of the way though. So let's see, G600 and turn that on default. Got it. All right. Oh no, wait, shit. I just tried to accept a quest that I can't because my quest log is full. I'm a dummy. We're gonna abandon that. And we're gonna try again. All right. Limsa Limenza, former disreputable haven for pirates, now one of the Rome's finest city-states, boasting the peerless shipping industry and an enviable culinary culture. How it bustles. The tomes did not lie. I'm excited. Be careful. Well, here I am, Mother, in faraway Eorzea. I will complete this mission just you watch. In your noble name, and as first of my class, I will succeed. Is she a paladin too? And afterwards, perhaps I shall invite our esteemed alumna Alize for tea at the Bismarck. I'll be the envy of everyone. My apologies, good madam. I failed to notice you. I see that. I'm Lala Jinjal, a native of Charlayan. By your appearance, I assume you're an adventurer. Are you perchance well-traveled here in Eorzea? You could say that. So you are. How very fortuitous. And Uriel is your name, you'd say. I swear I'd heard it somewhere before. In any event, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. As for myself, I'm an operative on a mission from the Forum, our nation's governing body. This being my first time in Eorzea, I studied as best I could in preparation. There's no substitute for a local's knowledge. Thus, I did intend to hire an adventurer like yourself to serve as my escort. The mission is the pursuit and capture of fugitives, and thus it will entail some danger, but you appear to be no stranger to such. Might you be willing to assist me in this endeavor? I hear the ding 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 of the bell. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll be glad to give you the grand tour. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Here, we can turn off this rotating widget thing because it does not apply here. I have to add some stuff down there. Wonderful. While I have some skill with the blade and can fend for myself, I shall be glad of your capable company. Also, sorry about the black bars on. We're gonna get these on any cutscene because of the ultra wide. So now then, ere I divulge the particulars of my mission, we should head somewhere more private, perhaps outside the city by the Zephyr Gate. Sure. Hey, I like that. That's cool. That music is neat. All right. And the Zephyr Gate is which way? I don't know. I'm going to an Aetheryte because I don't know where the gates go. I think this one is the Zephyr Gate, but I'm not positive. I don't spend that much time in Limsa. Ethernet. Oh yeah, we got this. Yeah, see, I was right. Let me look at that again. Well, yeah, it even highlights it. I'm just a dummy. All right, let's go. Let's run. Let's go. I should do those post-Mugen quests sometimes too. Poogie. I do Poogie. I'm glad Dell finally made it in. I'm glad he made it through his arduous queue. There must have been something must have happened where it kicked like everybody out or anything. Oh God. Boy howdy. Forgive me if I seem overly cautious, but this mission is highly confidential. For the wrong people to learn of my superiors would give me an earful. But I believe we may speak freely here, so permit me to brief you on the details. As I mentioned, I'm on a trail of fugitives, criminals who fled Charlayan and came to these shores. Extremely dangerous individuals who have enhanced themselves via forbidden means. Means which have rendered them unsound of mind. Yeah, I'm assuming that's probably what it was too, is the server crashed and he just got lucky. Which is good. I hope everybody else in there with him got lucky too. While in a state of delirium, one of their compatriots even committed murder. He died thereafter due to a side effect of his enhancement, but 3 others remain at large and pose a threat to innocence. Their leader, a Vieira male, also alleged to have stolen valuable technological secrets. I'm surprised I haven't seen a ton of bunny boys yet. I'm very surprised. By way of reference material, I brought the soul crystal. So many sage sound effects. Ah, it's hot. What in the world? I've never known soul crystals that give off such heat before. The bunny boys? Phew, it finally cooled down, but what could have triggered the intense reaction? Not even the studium not even at the studium did I ever witness such a thing, but maybe it was you? Yeah, probably. Probably. Yeah, I haven't seen any of them. I will inspect them when I see them, of course, but the technological secrets which were stolen were contained in a similar crystal. This particular sample has been loaned to me by a healing institute in Charlayan. Tell me, Uriel, in the course of your adventures, have you ever fervently wished to save someone? I mean, yeah. But failed to do so despite your best efforts and afterwards cursed your own powerlessness? Yeah, we've been there. We've been there. Look, it's rough out here sometimes. Had to watch some of my dearest friends slip away. I thought about Mombrita. Oh. Forgive me, my question was indelicate, but there could be no doubt. The soul crystal resonated with that desire within you. When I received this crystal, I was told that it should respond in this manner to my Eorzean collaborator. I should entrust it to them. For the knowledge it imparts, the knowledge of Summonotics would surely avail me on my mission. Developed at the studium, Summonotics is a discipline which combines the wisdom of medicine, aetherology, and sorcery, and those who have mastered it are called sages. Through medicine, a sage grasps the working of the flesh. Through aetherology, she unlocks the secrets of the soul, and through sorcery, she learns to manipulate the two. Thus trained, a sage has the ability to both strengthen and heal, yet by the same token, she is also capable of the opposite, of causing harm. Not just anyone can take up the sage's art. One must be prepared to hold the lives of others in one's hands. Well, I kind of do that on a daily, so are you willing to bear such a burden? If you are, and you would swear to use the art for good, then I shall entrust the soul crystal to you. You know what else I need to flip on real quick? I need to flip on my fans. Alright, give me that soul crystal, baby. So, have you come to a decision? Yeah, give me the soul crystal. Then I will bear witness to your pledge. Do you swear to use the sage's art for good, and to wield its power to the best of your judgment and ability? Yes. Excellent. Chosen as you are by the crystal, I had faith that you would rise to the occasion. When those around you cry for succor, the crystal shall be your ally, for it bears the wisdom of sages past and their hopes for the future. By hearkening to their whispers and following in their footsteps, you will come to embody those hopes, to save and change countless lives. Lest you worry how you will learn the art, I can provide guidance to an extent in any case. During my time at the studium, I had occasion to study summonotics, you see. When I wasn't gifted in spellcraft, it came to favor steel. I remember the lessons and will share what I know. Together with the soul crystal, I shall provide you with a set of sage's garments. I don't need them. I have my own clothes. So go on, take up your crystal and don your attire, and we shall begin your training. I like the quest music. I hid everybody's titles too, so I wouldn't see people's titles, because I don't want that. I don't want spoilery. All right, let's add a new gear set list. Let's make this. Let's reassign the set number as 7. Okay. We have to pop open. Oh, I like how it spells bookworm. We're gonna pop that open. We're gonna put on our stone gold milpreves, and then equip. All right. Update, and we're good to go. Where is this person? I see. Oh, I have to go back over here because it's really. So we're gonna have to look at all these abilities real quick too. Lala Jinjal has a mind to introduce you to the sage's armaments. Never mind my not super professional attire. I see the crystal has imparted to you its knowledge, as expected. Excellent. You're ready to embark on your training, and naturally it begins with your armaments, a set of short staves known as nuliths. Nuliths trace their roots to healers of Eld, who employed naturally occurring objects of power known as adder stones. These stones, which harbor spiritual energy, were placed around the stick and ailing to create an etheric confluence through confluence through which the healer channeled her magics. From this primitive design, nuliths gradually evolved into their present form. While their construction is far more sophisticated, the basic principle remains unchanged. In practice, the sage wields nuliths as an extension of her mind, sending them darting through the air to weave the arcane patterns through which she unleashes advanced magics. If they sound difficult to wield, well, it's because they are. Even the Studium's most talented require years of training to become proficient. But you have an advantage that transcends the talent. The crystal has chosen you. With its knowledge, the technique will come more naturally to you than others. Now, as much as I would like to have you try your hand with the nuliths at once, I must just receive promising intelligence from command. Apparently, one of our fugitives has taken themselves to Idleshire in the Dravanian hinterlands. Let us make our way there at once. Oh, well, it just so happens I need to go there. I need to go to there. Okay, let's look at our abilities real quick. I'm gonna set off to the side here. Do they have the same? I mean, this is the Spider-Man meme. We had like the same idea, in essence, at least. All right. First of all, let's move this here. And then let's move this here. That should be good. Okay. So we've got Dosis deals unexpected damage with a potency of 300. Diagnosis restores the target's HP. So that's going to be our Healy boy. Also, let's remove these from here because we don't need that. This goes on here. Alright, so Healy boy, Swift Cast goes somewhere else too. Healy boy will go on 1 because that's what we heal with. Yeah. Have you been messing with it? Oh, you know what we're gonna need to do? Here, we're gonna need to do this. So we've saved, we've done that. Let's equip White Mage because I need this as a reference. Sage, equip, and pull my screenshots up. Pull that up for myself. Okay, just so I can set their basic buttons. So that's on that. I'm gonna have to move this, excuse me, across here. Did all the roulettes. Nice. Okay. I'm excited. I think you got the hang of it. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this is. Move Asuna here. Rescue goes 2 over from here. Okay, I'm just setting stuff up kind of in the same order as it is on my white mage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that goes there. Swift cast goes there. Pepis. Pepsis. I said Pepis. Pepsis. Okay, so we've got Aguirre, that's our res, so that's gonna go here. Okay, so it's probably better to just look here to try to get everything where it needs to be. That repose over here. So forgive me because this probably won't be super. Okay, so dosis is damage, diagnosis is the basic heal. Cardia grants self the effect of Cardia and selected party member or self the effect of Cardion, restoring HP after casting certain magic attacks. Okay. Prognosis. So this is Medica. So we'll put that. Oh, it's already on 5. Nice. I always try to find like common, like with what things are. So like it's so it kind of just becomes, you know, second nature as far as that kind of thing goes. So we're gonna remove all these real quick. So that way, like when I play certain class, like it'll be the same. So yeah, Fluidor is no longer a thing. So okay, so I don't know what to attribute this to yet, so we'll come back to that. Physis gradually restores HP. So this is kind of like regen, but multi region. That's kind of strange. I'm gonna put it on the regen button. Phlegma deals unaspected damage to target and all enemies nearby with a potency of 400. For the first enemy. Okay, so this has charges. Yeah, okay. This is gonna take a minute because I'm gonna have to figure out all of these. Augment certain offensive and healing magic action. Doses is upgraded to Eucrasian doses. Diagnosis is upgraded to Eucrasian diagnosis. Prognosis is upgraded to Eucrasian prognosis. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be increases the cure potency of Cardion effects granted to you by 50%. Rush to a targeted enemy or party member's location. Restores target HP. Okay, so this is a Eucrasia is very important. A lot of these I'm failing to find a common with, like, oh, there's these down here. Are these passive? Oh, they cannot be assigned to hotbars. Okay. Because it changes the thing. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like what things are gonna be akin to other like white mage, because like I said, that's what I always try to do, is I try to figure out those common things. Restores own or target member So this could be like, oh, restores 7% of maximum MP too. Nice. Maybe like a divine benison kind of, but not a shield. Well, this is probably more like tetragrammaton, but with a divine benison like action with it. We're just gonna put it with divine benison, where divine benison would be. Oh yeah, we gotta put our damage abilities. I keep skipping over them. Okay, so we're gonna put this where like a size would be. Restores target's HP. So this is, I'm gonna put this where tetragrammaton would be. What's the thing that I'm gonna put Eucrasia here, because that kind of reminds me of the other healing thing from. There's so many like buffs to the healing. This is movement related. Maybe I'll put this like over here. Okay, I'm gonna put down this. Increases the cure potency effects granted to you. Cardian. So we gotta figure out a place to put Cardia. The self effect of Cardia. So here, let me. Okay. Okay, so this needs to does this needs to go on the tank then. This is like a buff. This needs to go on the tank. Ideally. That way they continue to get healed while you're damaging. So that's like a buff thing. Okay. That's what I make of that. Alright. So where do we want to put this? Oh. Man. So many new abilities. I'm just like, ugh. And this costs one of the adder. Okay. Okay, so I gotta figure out where to put this. I'm gonna bring it down here for now. We already put that somewhere. Okay. Satera increases the cure potency of the Cardian effects granted by you by 50%. So that's a buff. So I never use this bar up here for like white mage and stuff, but that might be a good place to put like buff things. So yeah, let's put like Cardia, Soteria, deals unaspected to targets under the effect of Cardian granted by you. Okay, so we want to put that there. Reduces damage taken. So this is like Scholar Bubble. Okay. Nearby party members cannot be stacked with this. Okay. We'll rearrange these here in a minute. Restores own HP and HP of all nearby party members. We said this was. Did we not put that down already? Here, we'll put that in, like, I guess Medica 2. Reduces, no, wait. Restores own HP and the HP of all nearby party members. Okay, yeah, so this is going to be like our Medica 2, so we're going to put that there. The bubble we'll put on 6. Because it reminds me of the other bubble thing. Zoe increases the healing magnet potency of your next healing spell by 50%. Let's put that here. Pepsis restores own HP and the HP of nearby party members by removing Eucrasian Diagnosis and Eucrasian Prognosis effects granted by you. Okay, so let's put that there. Business 2, we have that. Right. Because that's like cure 2. So we should probably put that here. And put Pepsis here. Kind of acts like a cure 3. We've got Tarchal there. Deals unaspected damage to target and all enemies nearby. Okay, so that's another damage boy. And then Haima. Erects a magic barrier around self or target party member that absorbs damage equivalent to a heal of 300 potency. So this is kind of like Divine Benison right here. So we'll put that there. And we'll put okay. So alright. Let's go to Idleshire real quick. Travel, teleport, surrounding areas, Idleshire. And then we're gonna very clumsily run through a dungeon, I suppose. We also need to put our character, mount guide, put that there. We need to whip out some food real quick. I'm just gonna whip out, I don't care what it is, I don't really care about the stats right now, so I just want food. We're gonna go turn in our book. Chloe, I did it. Hand over a journal. Well, we can't get any poetics because we already spent our poetics. I wonder if there's a... I don't remember if they added it here or if it was somewhere else. It was probably somewhere else. Sage, yep. Got it. Disciple of Magic. Special Arms. No, that's not that. Disciple of Magic 2. Okay, that's not what I want. We're good. We'll be fine because it's all 400. This is 385. That's fine. So we're just gonna take the map, I guess. And take 1 million. Bam, done. Half our level. All right. Okay. So challenge log. That's not the challenge log. Challenge log. It's under logs, dummy. Come on. Okay, so we need to move this over here. We need to. Oh no. Oh no. These reset. They reset. That's okay. Okay. We're gonna do a leveling roulette. Maybe we won't. Maybe we won't do a leveling roulette. Maybe we'll stay in the leveling roulette while we do the quest, because I've never seen a queue time like that. That's wild. Obviously it's because everybody is playing it, but and because there are like no tanks probably right now. So this is Idleshire. What tales the tales do not do the place justice. Truly impressive what the goblins and their fellow scavengers have managed to build upon the ruins of our colony. To the task at hand. As I mentioned before, we have reason to believe that the fugitives have recently passed through this town and may even still be here. For the sake of efficiency, I suggest we split up and search, and I will see the town south if you could tend to the north. Okay. We're riding. I just went around the entire backside. I should have just went around the other way. All right. Help, somebody, I need help. Did you hear that? Oh, there he is. Dang, he look evil. That man is in trouble. That little bunny boy look evil. Look at him with his newless. Look at me when I'm talking to you. Oh my god. Stop this at once. A sage's barrier. Loifa. Too many eyes and ears. We'd best leave. Dang, he looks menacing. I don't know who you are and I don't care. Do not get in our way again. You've been warned. Wait. Do. Stand lookout for fugitives. All right, well, we did that. Aid this man. 23 minutes. Jesus. Thank you. Had you not intervened when you did, I dread think to what might have become of me. Permit me to introduce myself. Waldron of Charlayan, at your service. Truly? I just noticed she has a green eye and a blue eye. I'm Charlayan too, a recent graduate of the studium, in fact. Would you mind telling us what happened? Oh, that alumna should come to my rescue. Thaliak watches over his own. As to what happened, what is there to say? I was going about my business when they set upon me without warning or provocation. I see. What is your business, if you do not mind my asking? Healing, the provision of it. That is, I am a sage, you see, and I travel the realm providing treatment gratis to those who cannot afford it. A sage besides. Speaking of which, one of your assailants, the Vieira man, also wielded sage magic. Was he known to you? No, I had never laid such eyes upon him before. I do not have an inkling, however, as to why the villains have come here. If they use the sage's art for ill, then their destination is likely to be St. Machian's Arboretum. The Arboretum? What could they possibly seek in that abandoned place? Following the Exodus, the cultivation of certain plants became forbidden in Charlayan, but that which can no longer be found in the motherland still grows freely there, among which are potent but dangerous herbs. I see. That does stand to reason, and I dare say it was for your knowledge that the fugitives attacked you. You too are a sage, yet you do not appear to be Charlayan. How did you come by your soul crystal? The good people of Physis Technon had entrusted the crystal to me, and when they had exhibited strong resonance in Uriel's presence, I in turn entrusted it to her. Then you were chosen to inherit. Is autumn mist, Master Faldernet? No. Sorry, it's early. I was but struck by the remarkable providence to have crossed paths with sages so far from home. Ours is a reclusive nation, after all, our policy to observe, not to intervene. This did not sit well with me, so I left Charlayan behind, as the great Master Louis Sois once did. And though I would never dare to equate myself to him, I too believe it my duty to alleviate suffering in the world. That's what brought you to Eorzea. You are a noble soul, Master Faldernet, and I commend your resolve. Look, what up, Kugla? Hello, good morning. How are you? How's your morning thus far? I must return to the road. Thank you again for coming to my aid. Till next we meet, let us both endeavor to seek out new knowledge and possibilities for the betterment of mankind. More like morning walker, yeah. I'm a sleepy boy, I tell you that. As you can tell by the yawns. Let us head to St. Machian's Arboretum at once. You have to craft you a little macro to like to do that jazz. Given what we know of the fugitives, I had considered that they might be after knowledge sealed in the Great Gubal Library, but Master Faldernet presents a compelling theory. I mean, it is here, yeah. And for all but proven theory of my own, our quarry have been clearly enhanced themselves with sage magic. I had suspected as such given what they stole, but the leader's actions earlier leave little room for doubt. Not that it gives us any greater insight into who they are or their ultimate goal. Yeah, I mean, it is here, but I don't, it obviously can't pull from, usually it can't pull from Twitch, the Twitch API from YouTube, unfortunately. Regardless, to use Sage's soul crystal is ill is unforgivable, and it'll not rest until these criminals have been brought to justice. Right. To the Arboretum. Our mission aside, I dare say it will be an ordeal in place of your training. Actually, I'm curious if it can do that. The command might not actually be set up. Because so in Stream Elements, like YouTube and Twitch are two different tabs. So I wonder if I set it up, if it'll actually, like, I don't know if it would pull all the information that it needs, but it might, like, still do like a shout out for somebody. I'm curious. I'll have to figure that out later, because today will probably be broken up into multiple parts. I probably won't, like, I mean, I'm gonna need breaks because I can't just sit here all day. I'll probably need a nap. Cause I'm just a baby boy. I'm just a little baby. Not like naps. Naps are good, you know. Fire burb over here. Still sitting in this queue. We're after number 50. Time elapsed 10 minutes. Wait time 24 minutes. Christ. I knew that would be the case, but alright, down here. By the scholars of this St. Machian's Arboretum. From the illustrations, I did not think it would be so immense. It may interest you to know that this place holds special meaning to sages. From ancient strains of crossbred creations, myriad medicinal plants have been cultivated within its halls. Alas, in the wake of the Exodus 15 years ago, this once magnificent institution has fallen into ruin. Still, there's a certain charm in seeing nature reassert her dominion. Though it must still be veritable menagerie of rare wildlife within. I should like to spend a day studying them, field guide in hand. I don't know, it's pretty dangerous in there. Been there. Forgive me. This isn't a field trip, but a mission. Our objective is to find the fugitives, and failing that, the clues that will lead us to them. Please, see to your preparations, and a spot of practice with your spells would not go astray, and then we shall venture in. You have learned all sage actions and traits at level 70. Detailed descriptions can be viewed in Actions and Traits window, accessed under the character main menu. Yep, okay. Well, I think we're gonna have to drop out a queue for this. If you're ready, then let's venture forth. Yeah, well, alright. Well, we're just not gonna... Alright, withdraw. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. I also noticed that the chat is not set up in on the bottom chat bar there either, which is weird. If our assumption is correct, the fugitives will come and may still be here. Keep your eyes peeled and your guard up. Okay, so we want to put Cardia on her. These halls are home to dangerous creatures. I will draw their attention that you may focus on applying your techniques. Okay, so I got that. So, shall we practice some nautical fundamentals? To begin with, cast Cardia on me. The spell will establish a magical link between us. Okay, so this would have walked me through this. Anyway, okay. The residual aether of your attacks will be channeled onto me, healing my wounds as you damage our foes. Alright. Yes, just so. Let us continue on. This is single target. This is AoE. And this costs gauge. Sizable fiend ahead. I believe this calls for a barrier. This time, augment your spells using Eucrasia. Then cast Eucrasian Diagnosis on me. So Diagnosis is here. Eucrasia is here. So we'll hit this. And we'll cast Eucrasian Diagnosis. On a focus target. I don't know why that's way up there. Alright, I guess. Okay. I don't want to be like in front of a Malboro. Trying to see how much my heals actually heal. I need to move that down. My focus needs to be closer so I can click on it easy. Girl. Fiends ahead, please watch my back. Of course. Oh, this is like okay, so this is melee. And then Sotera is the thing. Okay. Well, I don't know about that. Let's be real here. Oh, that's not what I meant. Nothing's here, but what might this be? Some manner of plant seems to have been harvested here. I can't identify many of the remaining parts, however. Yeah, I like that too. That's why I was like, oh, this like actually will walk me through it. So there may be other clues nearby. We should investigate further. Peculiar trace. You didn't do it yet. You just went straight into the roulettes. Well, when I queued for the roulette, it said 24 minutes, so that's probably not going to happen. More of the same plant taken. What could it possibly be? Resting at the bottom of the pool is an animal carcass overgrown with plant life. Perhaps it fell in while foraging for food. Fine scorch marks are evidence on the leafage, reminiscent of those left by sage magics. Traces of ice. Someone recently fought here, a proficient wielder of magic. Yes, a black mage. Fugitives may be close. Be on your guard. Yeah, it said like 24 minutes for a thing, and I was like, maybe we chill on that. I mean, I need to do this, so I can't do this and be in queue, so. There he is, the Bad Bunny boy, the BBB. Fugitives, in the name of the form, I demand you surrender yourselves at once. Of all the weapons to bear against us, no matter, I warned you once and I won't warn you again. I gotta take it at Black Mage Goon. Alright, so we want to Eucrasia. She's got Cardia on her. So I want to Eucrasia. I've got this, stand back. Oh, okay, Ansel Rock Fist. Nope. I want to do this, and then that, and then begin attacking him. That on her. I don't know why I used Asuna. doing this right, but she's not dead, so I want to kill him first. Because he says I need to use AoE stuff. Hi, Bubba. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Oh, I didn't realize she'd... This is charging very fast. Is that affected by... Okay, so I should use this more often. It's one of those, like... Duty complete. Okay. It's like lustrate. So I have charges of it and I should use it more often, which makes sense. Lifa, we don't have time for this. You held your own ground against the enhanced. But that's enough sport for now. The mission takes precedence. I mean, it's fun so far. I'm just doing the Sage stuff now. I haven't done any MSQ or anything. Confound it, not again. Yeah, I just unlocked Sage and I'm doing the like intro stuff for it. After this gets done, then we'll do MSQ. What's this? kind of want the glamour for this to be the coat and everything. My normal coat, my striker coat. The pouch they dropped contained a plant. What they came for, I shouldn't doubt. 'Tis some manner of herb, but none I've seen in my course of my studies. And as I've made my way out, I also stumbled. Oh, well, missed that. As I coughed and clicked at the same time. Though much of its contents are magically obfuscated. Words. Obfuscated. I can make out some nautical items, so we may assume it belonged to a sage. As we continue our pursuit, we will work on lifting the enchantment. When you have a moment, please feel free to peruse the contents of an Idleshire. On that note, let us head back to the settlement. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, so I get the feeling, and I see you can 3 more hours. 3 more hours for what? We got 3 more hours for it. Work? Then you're done with some work? So you're free. Hell yeah. So, I feel like this should be up here. And this should be here. Working, but at least you leave early today. Yeah, that's fair. And you can, so I feel like, so Druchel, and you can I'd say this is like lustrate kind of, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? I see it. So it's because it operates off of the Adderskull stuff. College doesn't want you doing full-time. Oh, weird. We dispatched the plant to Charlayan for identification. When we learn what it is, I believe we'll gain insight into the villain's objective. Now tell me, Uriel, have you been practicing with the Nulus while I wasn't looking? I ask because, even with the crystal's knowledge, you demonstrated remarkable proficiency. Regardless, 'tis plain you have a gift for the art. The sages whose memories reside in the crystal must be beaming with pride. Yeah, exactly. Then they have to pay you benefits. Yeah, Moon and I were talking about that last night. But sometimes I cannot help but wonder, if the sage's art was created for the betterment of mankind, why then does it incorporate techniques which inflict harm? And the fugitives, what could have compelled them to spurn our homeland's prescribed policy, and Master Louisoix and Master Faldernet have? But I muse to no avail. It'll be a while before we hear back regarding the plant. Until we do, please take the opportunity to continue honing your skills. As you go about your training, remember to heed the voices within your soul crystal. Do so, and your predecessors will surely grant you the wisdom to protect those you hold dear. Dire Sage is now available for perusal. More entries will become legible as you progress through the story. Cool. All right. Yeah, then they have to pay you benefits, and that's not. They're not there for paying you benefits. Yeah, like all of there's no way I can do these roulettes because, like, watch, join, 27 minutes. No, get out. I'll just do it on tank. Oh, you get benefits already. That's nice. That's nice of them. All right, we're gonna equip our paladin. I'm kind of upset that the challenge log stuff reset, but I guess they had to. I don't think we expected that to, but oh wait, let me swap back to Sage quick, and I need to teleport to Lakeland because I need to go turn in all these quests. I almost started MSQ without. So Lakeland, Fort Job. Well, that's good that you still get benefits. I know for a lot of places, like for my job, like part-timers do get benefits, but it costs them a lot more unless they've been with the company for a certain amount of time, in which case it gets subsidized. But like, you know, if you take on insurance, and it's you haven't been there for like, I think it's like 5 years or like 3 years. You have to work full-time 3 years before you get subsidized. So we're just completing all these 29 quests that we collected prior to launch. We're just gonna turn them all in. If I can find the turn-ins. Generic. This should get the stage to 71, so we like can be out of that icky 70 to 71. Okay, let's go. We'll go down here and then we'll go up, and then we have to go to Ilmeg and turn in all those. Yeah, I hope they're good enough benefits. I hope they take care of you, Kugla. Yeah, Sage it definitely seems fun. It's gonna take some getting used to. I'll probably finish get it to 71 here, like turn all these quests, and I probably won't touch it for I probably won't touch it until I finish MSQ. Just because queue times are probably going to be disastrous for the longest time, with you know, everything considered, because everybody's playing it and Reaper. So were your queues long this morning, Hyceat? I mean, I'm assuming they were, but I could be wrong. Sad about your new keyboard. You can't move the armrest. You can't remove the armrest. Oh, the little flappy thing down at the bottom. Now come to think of it, I don't know if mine does. I don't know if mine comes off. Oh yeah, my Kamui. Yeah, I don't know if mine does actually. I'm okay with it being there. I don't mind it. Yeah. Yeah, that would be an issue. Oh, I said, did your were your queue times this morning because you said you ran your roulettes on stage, were they long? It's okay. Like mine are like 27 minutes right now, so I'm just gonna not end up doing that for now. Oh. Well, I guess you just got the early, dang, yeah. The early bird got it then, I guess. The thing is that I use the keyboard draw and don't use the keyboard on the same plane as the mouse. It's faster. Yeah, I mean, maybe it was like, weird. Oh, I guess it's still better, so. Yeah, I mean, well, I sat in my queue, like, it had me sit. Oh, I'm just gonna teleport up here. I'm not gonna. My queue, it had me sit for like 10 minutes in the first one, and then I had to drop out to do the Oh no. To do the job quest thing. I hate trying to find these quests in this freaking tower. Yeah, we're definitely gonna hit 71 with these, which is good. I'm glad. Got my monkey. Again, I am kind of upset that the challenge log was reset because I had that ready to go. Good morning, Moon. Yeah, I have that set and ready to go, but Square Enix said, nah, fam. But I guess that was probably part of the resetting XP thing. That was probably one of the numbers they had to end up resetting. Although, like, one of the things was completed, so I don't know. Weird. We're just going around and turning in all these quests that we prepped for Sage. We haven't done MSQ yet, so no spoilies yet. I almost went and started doing MSQ, and then I was like, wait, my quest log, I need to empty that. We've just got all these in Ilmeg. I guess we have to do a little more for that one. In the tower? No. No, they're not. I think I had a hard time finding this before. I didn't know where they were. Oh, because they're over here. They're not even like on the tower. Duh. Duh. Alright, turn that in. Alright, so all my Lakeland quests are done. So now we gotta go to Ilmeg. What's in the name? Map. Ilmeg, turn all these in. We'll need to empty our inventory again. We've already got some materia. Turn all these little pixies in. Waiting pixie. Alright, we're definitely gonna hit where we need to be, so good, because 70 to 71 is garbage. After that, it's not so bad. But I hate 70 to 71. It's always so, like, it feels so long to get there. And do the next part of this here. Alright. Going back over here. It's just a bunch of running around through here. Alright. This one. Means treasure. This one, right? Where was the flower that blooms always? By the lake? Here's where special runes of power. Okay, well, I was like, no, I don't need trivia right now. I just need experience. There we go. Bam, done. 71. Easy. Wait, don't they have something else? Oh no, there it is. Get a little more experience. I'll always take a bit of a boost. I'm alright with that. And then we have 3 more. Our broom, because we're a witch. We're a witch. Ba, 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 ba. I love how we all said like goodbye Shadowbringers, and then we're like all back here because we want to turn in this stuff. Like, good morning Shadowbringers. We're back. Alright. Yeah, the fat boy. I'll let a fat chocobo. Alright, and then this one over here. I don't really care for this mount, to be honest. I'm glad I have it, but I don't particularly care for it. Okay, let's see what we need to get rid of. So we can discard this. We can discard this because I don't care. Yes. No, you did not do anything wrong. You're beautiful. All right. Discard this. Discard this. Discard this. We'll just hold on to the map for now. And we can sell the Night World silver piece. Alright. Let me see. Where's the thing? System. Not active help. That's not what I want. Recommendations. Okay, so we know where we have to go. Travel to Mordona. More donuts. Where is Mordona now? What did they put it under? Oh, it's still here. Duh. Duh. And blur chat. Whoops. Sorry. Out here doxing my FC. More donuts. Alright. Gear set. Paladin. Alright. We're gonna enter the Rising Stones. That's where our boy is. There he is. Alright. Okay. So I'm gonna get up. I want you to get up because you've probably been sitting in your chair just as long, if not longer than I have. Get up, stretch, get yourself a drink. You need to stay hydrated. If you need a snack or you haven't eaten breakfast yet, get that. Do that too. Use the restroom. And I will see you back here in 5. Okay. Yeah. Looking at you, I see it. Get up, stretch, get water, get a snack, eat something. All right. So I will see you guys back here in 5 and we'll start MSQ. All right. See you in 5. Okay, here we are. We're back. I think it's time. I'm on water. You want to get lunch, but you don't know what to eat. Yeah, that's our problem too. I should probably go ahead and start looking because lunchtime quickly approaching. see what we want to get. See what we want to eat. Moon, if you're watching, what do you want to eat? What you want for food? Look around and tell me what tickles your fancy. I don't know what's going on in this FC right now, but it's wild. Everybody's wild. All right, we're gonna start. So we're gonna start it. Here we go. The next ship. Let's put these in the middle and not like off over here. The next ship to sail. Alpha Noah is feeling the need to take stock. Uriel, do you have some time to talk? Yeah. I'd like to get everyone together, gather everyone to get in Dawn's respite, and together assess the situation in which we find ourselves. Okay. Let us take stock of the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden disappearance of ominous towers and multitude of locations throughout the world. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as the Telophoroi. The Telophoroi's stated purpose is to recreate the final days of eons past and an apocalyptic event that would result in the destruction of all we hold dear. Already have these towers and theirs been the cause of untold suffering. Countless innocents kidnapped and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal summoning. And unless we find a way to deal with the corrupted aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Those shielded with the blessing of light seem to be able to resist being tempered at least. But after what happened to Arnvald and Fordola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. Yet, while these threats close to home are of paramount concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Garlemald. As you know, the Telophoroi are under the leadership of Van Daniel and one other delightful fellow, Xenos Ye Galvus, the crown prince and our dear friend. To date, he has reclaimed his old body, murdered the Emperor Varys, and plunged Garlemald into an even deeper pit of chaos. The capital city has seen the worst of it. For a good while there, it saw the bloodiest fight in the War of Succession. That's since changed, and in troubling ways. During our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by the barking of cannons or cries of discord. 'Twas an eerie fog of silence which did blanket that ruined city. The inhabitants seemed to have been tempered, and with nary a word spoken did they labor to transform the palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they were indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events too were orchestrated by the Telophoroi. An army of primals is awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I fear it's only the prelude to an even greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and to quickly before our allies are overwhelmed. We will find a way in Charlayan, I'm sure of it. Master Fortunault's comments regarding the final days were curious to say the least. The Forum knows more than it's letting on. Sorry to interrupt. Oh, Tataru. We've just received word from Mistress Kryle. She says that arrangements for your visit have been finalized. You're to head to Limsa and board the next ship bound for Charlayan. And on arrival, present yourselves as associates of the students of Baldesion, come to assist with the Order's restoration. His little ears wiggle. The arrangements may be settled, but what of your thoughts? They must race at the prospect of returning home after so long. I'm eager to see it, of course. Of course, we should set off at once. Alpha no mad at his dad. I'm mad at his dad too, because his dad's a dickhead. I'll accompany you to the docks. You need at least one person there to wave and cry and wish you a safe journey. She too sweet. I like the new quest accepted music and stuff. It's very good. It's very nice. Sorry, I'm muting. I'm opening friends up, supporting the homies as we do, while they stream on their ways. All right, so we need to go down to the Fisherman's Guild. Right? Nope, we need to go to Hawker's Alley. Or the Arcanist Guild. That's my bad. Well, good thing we don't have to spend money to teleport inside cities. Dr. Dangerous. Well, and here's where I came unprepared because I can't see Tataru. Because everybody is literally standing around them. See, it's a dress up Alize. See, this is what I hate. This is rude as shit. Like, there's literally no reason for these people to be doing this, and they're doing it. Alright, let me see. Is it under character configuration? Target. Sorry, I had to figure this out real quick. Default is F12. There we go. Everyone's here, which is good because I've already paid for your passage and the fee is non-refundable. The ship for Charlayan should be pulling into port soon, so please follow me. And have all your luggage close at hand. Look at these little sailor people. And us a ragtag bunch here.
They've almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule. Or so I'm told.
Schedule.
Excellent. 'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
I have not. I usually don't eat breakfast. I don't tend to get super hungry with, like, after I wake up. It's around lunchtime I'll start needing sustenance.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
We'll probably have lunch around noon sometime.
'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief.
Hour and a half. So we'll probably take a break then, eat.
Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louis Soir of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
Everybody all on Thankard now.
Will this be your first visit to Charlian, Sir Estinian? Sir Estinian?
Sir Estinian?
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
I, merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company.
Yeah, stop calling me sir.
Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphino.
Ugh. Ugh, got him.
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
Better.
Poor Tataru, always left behind to
You're
do
right, Tataru.
all the work.
You seem positively distraught.
I definitely did not just spill my water on myself. Give me a moment. That definitely did not happen. It did not dribble out of my mouth for no reason at all.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland. It's just, we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hellbent on destroying the world. And once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
Nah, you come with us, girl. Come with us. I'll bring them back safe and sound, I promise. I always do.
I'll hold you to that.
Ah, good. You're still here.
Hori! Coulternay! What brings you all this way?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return.
I like that they gave him.
We will too, of course. Aye. We, your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn, will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
I like that they end up giving him a voice too. I don't remember him being voiced before.
We're set to sail! All aboard for Charlian!
Well,
It's time.
it's time.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
Nah, I'm saying just bring Tataru with us.
Have a safe journey, and please, please, be careful.
I'm gonna warn you ahead of time. There probably will be emotions. I probably will cry. I don't apologize for it.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown.
Our Emmett.
A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux. In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice.
Actually, that's Xenos.
That which lives is destined to
No.
die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end. Treasure every moment, every step of your descent.
We came in on a ship. We're going out on a ship. Spooky.
And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
Okay. Here we go. We're sailing. Old Charlene.
Here.
Feel.
Feel.
Think.
Think.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser.
We're all just posted up against the
Though we're
ship
hardly
wall.
alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt. Called out to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself.
She's calling out.
In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Charlian should be coming into view at any moment.
It's kind of ominous that Answers is playing, but
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad. Hear, feel, think. And thus do we meet face to face at last, my warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
she pretty.
After your sojourn in the First, I believe you have your answer. You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what was created to forestall the apocalypse which threatened the ancient world. And I was brought forth to bind him.
And she has her mask.
Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine.
I mean, this is where we live. We have to take on what we can.
Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms. Monumental. Which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Sharlian's just over yonder.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
Crazy. I'm excited. Stretch.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
And a good morning to you too. Taking a look at the island already?
Then let's go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Just climb up the mast. Just climb up. Get up to that crow's nest. See the view.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen. There she is. Good old Sharlian.
Oh, I see it.
How that water keep flowing out that bucket?
Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You gotta go to your mama. Just go to your mama.
You're not alone in this, don't you? Indeed, 'tis as Sir Estinian said. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Yeah. We here for y'all, homie.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Sharlian proper.
What?
There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
Nah, I said we here for you, homie. going to Charlene. Alright, and here's the title screen. Sam Endwalker. Excite, hype, excite, hype. Let me in!
Charlian, the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands. How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil.
For real. They're like, no, we're out.
So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next then? Entry applications?
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Charlian all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Charlian only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries.
We'll get you in. We'll smuggle you in, Estinian.
But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders, especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge.
Just true.
If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
May.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed.
Yes, Master Matoya.
The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Charlian's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions.
That's probably for the best, yeah.
Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration.
Simple enough.
Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the
Yeah.
way?
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall. Shall we?
Excitebike.jpg.
Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
She says no.
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Grahat here of the students of Baldessian at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Oh, is she angry?
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today. And it
She
seems
hangy.
some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Ishtola rule.
Stola. Girl, you using magic to process paperwork.
See how it glows. That list is etherically linked with the citizen registry kept in the main repository.
They said, all right, we're gonna process this paperwork.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly.
All right, you good.
Now, who do we have here?
Alphino and Alice
Alphino
Levier.
Leveilleur.
And Alize Leveilleur.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny.
Yeah, because our dad's a dick.
And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
We shall keep that in mind.
Alphino's like, yeah, we're not gonna go around and like fuck shit up.
These
Come
last
on.
two are not Charlian natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Don't size me up, little
Name and
Karen.
occupation?
Uriel Senjo. Champion of Eorzea. I would just say adventurer by trade.
An adventurer. Well, I suppose that is considered a valid calling in your native Eorzea. And it does indeed match the profile provided. You may enter.
If y'all deny my boy
And
Estinian,
you, sir?
Estinian Valina, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formally, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
oh, you know, I ride on the back of dragons and hunt dragons and kill them. Oh no, you set off an existential crisis. He don't know.
If you'll allow me.
Ah, cry.
My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Mistress Baldessian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
No one asked you, Karen. No one asked.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Kryle's nice way of saying, fuck off. Duly noted. I don't think I've ever disliked a Lalafell. Well, that's not true. Teleji, Adeleji, you know.
It is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you all seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh! Welcome, friends, to Charlian.
Thanks. Glad to be
As your
here.
mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
Well, I had to say something. Sir Taciturn.
The gang's all back together. Sans Tataru. Poor baby. I'm glad I spotted your ship coming into port. The officers are born bureaucrats and sticklers for detail. In any case, you may relax and take a moment to get your land legs back. Get our first weapon. I doubt that's better than what we have, but let's see. Watch it actually be. It's like, Alright. Control I. Sort. It's 5:15. Yeah, not yet. Not yet, champ. Crowell sweeps the scions with a speculative look. I had thought to launch directly into an explanation of what I've learned and how we might proceed. But this is Uriel and Estinian's first time in Charlian, and for the rest of you, a homecoming that was long overdue. You must have places you wish to visit and people you're dying to see. Therefore, I propose we postpone our agenda so that you may all have sufficient time to recover from your journey and get your bearings in the city. Once you've settled in, we can reconvene at the Baldazian Annex. How does that sound? This is a fine suggestion. You may not be welcome at the Levior estate as such, but I should like to nose around the neighborhood all the same. Yeah, I want to nose around. I want to find their dad and just punch him in the mouth. I'm equally untethered, as it were, and there's no particular place that my kin call home. Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself with the city. Likewise, a quick tour of the old haunts might even yield some useful gossip. The annex is west of the Aetheryte Plaza, was it? I shall join you there anon. Yes, we'll see you there. Brianger is like, I don't know where to go. I too have places I would not be remiss in visiting forthwith. Bye, I leave. Bye, dude. What of you, Estinian? My services as a guide are yours for the asking. That won't be necessary. Until we reconvene, I prefer to wander as the wind takes me. That's fair. But I could... Oh. Well, Raha, would you like to join us then? You've been gone for quite some while, and this would be the perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Of course I would, if you'll have me. What are you talking about? Of course I have you. Come, Uriel. Charlian awaits. Did that man have a mullet? Bruh. Bruh. Business in the front. Party in the back. Look at that boy and his mullet. Damn. You got some Billy Ray vibes right there. We can click Graha, luckily. After you, my friend, I'm more than content to follow your lead. Graha Tia is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with the quest objectives. You can leave Graha Tia behind by entering a different area using the Aethernet or by putting too much distance between you. You can also speak with Graha Tia and select the option to part ways. If you have wished Graha Tia to accompany you again, return and speak with him at the original location. While Graha Tia is accompanying you, next try speaking with Cryle. All set? Then let's be on our way. Our first stop, amusingly enough, will be the last stand. It's a cafe on the west side of the harbor. Kryle is also now accompanying you. Lead your two companions to the last stand and speak with Kryle at the designated location. While you are accompanied, you may encounter conversation points along the way, which offer additional topics of discussion. Enter the glowing area and speak with your quest companions to initiate these bonus conversations. Enjoy exploring the surrounding areas together. That's cool. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Buds. With all the unusual wares coming and going at all hours, I expect the assistance of an intrepid adventurer would be highly appreciated. I see no reason why you couldn't undertake any tasks that pique your interest. You have been cleared by the immigration officials after all. I look forward to the day your name is celebrated in Charlian the same way it is in Eorzea. This place is called the Peristyle, and it's the first stop for the cargo unloaded at the docks. You'll find the usual necessities for daily living and imports vital to running an island nation, but also supplies for further Charlayan's pursuit of knowledge, namely, large quantities of books, specimens, and samples. Sorting these stacks certainly seems to keep the attendants busy. Wort Wib. Crafting and gathering's your game. Leaves. Yeah, the job hunt board. Clan hunt board is covered in bills showing details of wanted monsters, however you are unable to accept the bills posted at present. My apologies, but I can't serve anyone who's involved with the guild ship's hunt initiative at the moment. I have enough on my plate as is. Hunt for specimens, you must matter fire. Complete the side quest Elite and Dangerous. You must have completed the main scenario quest Old Charlayan. New to you. Okay, so we have to complete that first before we can do anything. Our first Aethernet shard in Charlayan. Alright. Where are we headed? Okay, we're headed this way. So let us go. Let us go. Now that is a sight one could hardly forget. The great statue of Thaliak. As a student of Baldesian, I was usually quartered on the Isle of Val, but I would gaze upon the scholar's wise features every time I returned by ship to the city. This path leading out towards the sea is known as the Thaliak Stoa, so named for the statue of the scholar which stands at its end. As you know, the Charlayan people prize the accumulation of wisdom above all else. Thus, when Thaliak was chosen as our patron deity, it was more a matter of pragmatism than belief, an alignment of principles, as it were. We may not have honored him with a rather impressive sculpture, yes, but our faith is not so restrictive as that of, say, the Ishgardians. Individual Charlayans can and do worship the divinities of their choosing. Alright. And here we are, the last stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although our research into nutrition and food preparation is quite extensive, the average Charlayan tends to regard seasoning and flavor with a certain indifference. How can I put this? The food is, it's bland. As encapsulated by our infamous Archon loaf, the prevailing sentiment towards cuisine is dietary value first and taste a distant second. There was one pupil of the studium, however, who could stomach the school's insipid meals no longer, so he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. And so the last stand came to be. It is, as the name implies, the sole dedicated outpost to fine dining in Charlayan. The one and only bastion of culinary arts in an isle of otherwise mediocre fare. I seem to recall their burger being hailed as one of the most impressive items on the menu. Not that I've ever had the pleasure of eating one myself. Because you were a typical Charlayan when it came to cheap and convenient Raha. But surely Tatari has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. We should all stop in when time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Shall we press on? The stairs to the side of the cafe here will take us up to the Aetheryte Plaza. Make sure I'm not missing Missing any more aetherite. Okay, so we got the one. So I got the one in the harbor, and that's the only one here so far. Let's go. That's weird. Just a singular. Oh, there's another one. This must act as like defense mechanism things. An unusual shape, isn't it? I assure you, however, that it's perfectly functioning aetherite. Remember to attune yourself before we move on. Now, being the diligent tour guide that I am, I should make mention of the Confluence, a research facility located on this very plaza. His much vaunted discoveries are the reason Charlene stands at the forefront of teleportation technology. In deciphering the underlying principles of elegant aetherites, it allowed us to understand and reconstruct what was essentially a lost art. And off we go to our next destination. Our path leads northeast to the Agora, Charlene's largest marketplace. Not before we take this. Alright, off to the Agora. There's the market board. Do you mind if I browse the shelves for a moment? There might be some hidden gems I've yet to read. Only a moment? How optimistic. Feel free to browse all you like, but we won't wait around for you. Perhaps I'll return here later then. These little open-air bookstalls are so uniquely Charlean. I'd always thought them a common sight until I visited other nations. That's fair. Yeah, if you're so used to seeing it, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, that's not a thing. Like, what? That's not a thing. Welcome to the Agora, where you can find wares made in Charlene as well as a wide selection of imported goods. They also used to sell questionable prototypes from the various research institutes, but I think that practice has thankfully died out for the most part. Otherwise, I can think of no better place to stock up for your next big adventure. Am I overselling it? On a more serious note, the next stop on our tour is one which has particular relevance to our ultimate purpose here. We must head back to the Aetherite Plaza, follow the path north, and climb the stairs up to that imposing building at the very top. Yeah, but I'm gotta get these other Aetherites. I don't know if we'll see if we're taking over there. If not, we can gather them. Well, I'm new to your city. I'm gonna jump off stuff. Excuse me. Aldbert. It's pretty. So very green. These little decorative features are typical of Charlene architecture. Aside from the research wing, our headquarters on the Isle of Val were rather simple and rustic by comparison. This is the Nymphaeum, an area dedicated to the blessings of water. For Charleans, water represents more than a life-sustaining liquid. It is a reminder of the great flood which precipitated the birth of our nation, as well as a symbol of knowledge which flows through Thaliak's divine Ur. This is the reason you see an abundance of fountains throughout the city, and a propensity for utilizing water as a decorative feature in our architecture. This guy's really embracing it. Get it, Tyrone. I believe in you. I believe in you. Let's grab this real quick. Just gonna grab this here. Pop here. This grand structure before you is the Rostra. The name refers to the original public platform erected here upon which a forum of elected representatives would deliver orations and debate policy. Although the stage has since evolved into council chambers, the nature of the forum and the duties of its members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. My apologies. From here, one can see the entire city spread out below. The vista put me in mind of my arrival on the first. Those who had gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement one could think of, the great city of Sharlayan. Bit by bit, those few buildings grew into a town, community, the Crystarium. I could almost see its echo. No, I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. I don't think the counselors would object to you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. For now, however, the tour must go on. Our spectacle of sightseeing concludes with the fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs to the east and continue straight ahead. So we still have, I'm sure we'll end up grabbing the Studium one here, so. These stairs, right? I can't see us not grabbing the Studium. We've arrived at Journey's End. History tells us this is where those who put ashore with Archon Nyunkrep built their first homes. In the present day, it serves as a residential district for the most important officials and the oldest Sharlayan families. You'll see one mansion is clearly larger than its neighbors. That estate belongs to our friends from the House Leviur. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. And with that, we bring our little Sharlayan tour to a close. I hope it has proven to be an entertaining and enlightening experience. Now, shall we head to the Baldazian Annex? You remember the way, don't you, Raha? Let me think. We head down towards the harbor, across the bridge to our right, and then follow the path below the Aetheryte Plaza. Correct. After you, Uriel. Well, I gotta get these Aetherites, so we're gonna grab these, and like then maybe we'll go to your annex, but holy crap, this is wait, Jesus, it's like, oh, here's my paltry oh yes, here's my paltry house, and then this is where we live. This is House Leviur's mansion. Dude, Jesus. Talk about bougie. Like comparatively, like look at the rest of these. They're small homes. Like obviously they're not actual small homes, but I mean maybe a few of them, but like holy God. Grab this. That's walled off down there. Let's teleport back to the Aetheryte Plaza. We've got all the other Aetherites right now. And then now we have to... Oh, we have to head back down here. So, the Scholar's Harbor. We'll get there. Like, no, click Gryle. Yes, there are still places to go and things to show you. Come along. Okay. Like, why don't we just... Oh, right, because I teleported, so I lost them. Never mind. Like, why are they down here? I thought the thing said over here. I find that funny that they couldn't teleport with you? Like, that's kind of weird, but... As the joyous look on Araha's face has undoubtedly informed you, this is the Baldessine Annex. If you continue up the hill, you arrive at the doorsteps of Phenomenon, but I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you to another time. Inside with you, then. I need to get the Aetherites, Kryl. Please. Please, Kryl. Let me get the Aetherites. I'm back, and I brought Uriel and Raha with me. Ah, you were right about the ship then. Hello, Graha. It's nice to see you again. And it's a pleasure to finally meet you, Uriel. Yeah, I've heard many a tale of your exploits. Ojika? Ojika Sunjika? It's been an age. Allow me to introduce Ojika Sunjika, Administration Officer for the students of Baldessian. He oversees the day-to-day business of the Annex. You may recall meeting his cousin, Ijika? Oh yes, Eureka. I read the initial reports, quite a shock to hear what's become of the Isle. Do take care if you have the opportunity to rejoin the expedition. This place is like a second home for the students. The Isle of Val served as our main headquarters, of course, but we often have the occasion to visit Charlayan. Whether we to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. And the Annex here was built to provide lodgings for our members while we engaged in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the Isle itself, vanished, the Annex has been served as our base of operations. And yet it feels so empty with so many lost to us. Our organization is a shell of its former self. The day will come when we will see the students rise again. But first, we must endure that Telophoroi fail. Through that door on the left there is the main hall, where we can discuss our options moving forward. Once everyone arrives, that is, you probably have time to rest before our discussions begin in earnest. I've had a private quarters prepared for you in the Andron, so please feel free to make yourself at home. Ah, the nap room's perfect for an afternoon doze. Oh, I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed. Far more so than a cheap roadside inn, you may be well assured. So simply that we were often so busy with research, or exhausted from journeys abroad, that we would slip into the Andron just to steal a few winks. And thus they became known amongst the students as nap rooms, even if many such naps might be well into the following morning. Say the word and I'll be happy to show you the chamber. Hopefully the others won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you in the main hall. Okay, I'm gonna run out and grab those things. I'm gonna run out and grab this, and I'm gonna go grab the Studium one. I need to grab the Studium. This is really cool. I love how peaceful and like tranquil it is here. I mean, granted, that's what it's supposed to be. It's they don't pick sides in wars or anything like that. They just don't intervene whatsoever, so. Alright. You've attuned yourself to the Aethernet shard, all Aethernet shards in Old Charlayan. Oh good, it didn't like make me like go through like all that, like telling, like, yeah, I know how aetherites work. It's okay. Main hall entrance. Rahatia. Feeling refreshed and alert? Our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so I just suggest we stay here and wait for them to join us.
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
It's fine, Urianger. We're all here now.
Yeah.
Let's get down to business then, shall we?
Let's get down to business.
Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroi's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Sharlayan, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy.
Yeah.
The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Sharlayan focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it. And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous. Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Hold on a second. More pressing? Sirs, more pressing? We are literally on the brink of like destruction. What do you mean more pressing issues?
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, it simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it. As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Sharlayan colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nidana, an alchemist residing in distant Favnair. Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal. In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. 'Tis possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Well, hello.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Krar's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice.
Duh.
But the investigation in Sharlayan is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnarian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary.
It is quite the quandary.
Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts.
Yeah, let me just split myself in two. No worries.
You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Sharlayan. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Alize and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
For real.
Of course.
Redeem hydrate. Thank you, Kugla. Sweet, sweet life water. And stretch.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavnair. Thoughts? Objections?
Be doing the 70 content?
I passed through Thavnair on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nadana's request.
Are you talking like Tsukiyomi and stuff like that? Like the primals and all that? Like extremes?
Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
Oh, non-extremes? Weird. Oh, just doing roulettes. Oh, and nobody's doing mechanic. That's the thing, is like people. Okay, so that's. We're gonna. Shinryu, Ravenaster, yeah. Okay, so we're probably gonna break here. Sorry. Yeah, so we'll probably break here and come back in a little bit. We'll get some food and stuff like that. But yeah, see, that's the thing, is people think that, oh, new expansion, now I can just do whatever, I don't have to do anything, I'm so much more strong. And it's like, no, that's not how it is. Like, you still have to do mechanics. You can't ignore mechanics. Especially when you're not even max level yet. Like, yes, you're 80 and that's still 70 content, but like even then you still had to do mechanics. So I don't know, it's weird, whatever. But yeah, we're gonna take a break. We'll be back here a little bit later. I don't know exactly what time, but I'm probably gonna get some lunch, do a few things around the house. Maybe take a nap or something, because I am kind of sleepy because I woke up and stuff kind of early. But yeah, so we'll be back here a little bit later today. and we'll catch up and whatnot and play some more Endwalker. So thank you guys for coming out and joining me this morning. If you haven't already, if you liked what you experienced here, don't forget to like and subscribe so you keep up to date whenever I release content or anything like that, or we go live, because we're going to be going here live from now on, and we're going to be doing that Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays at 8, just like we did on Twitch. So I'll be here then. So I'll see you guys later. Have a great afternoon, and yeah, I'll see you guys a little bit later. Peace. Bye.